Keleji's. Okay, I think Honorable is still finding it very hard to connect his audio. Okay, you are live now. Okay. Honorable Kazim, are you with us? Your audio is not clear, sir. I can hear you, but the audio is cracking. It's fainting. Hi. I think it's your earpiece, sir. It's your earpiece. Can you change that earpiece? We are trying to get the audio of, okay. Can you speak now? No, I can't. It's fainting. It's fainting. It's not clear enough. It's not clear enough. Ah, God. What should we do now? It's not, I can hear you, but it's not clear enough. Comrade Afsat, can you hear him?
Yes, I can, but it's kind of faint.
It's faint, yes. Now I can hear you clearly now. I can hear your own side very clear now.
Okay.
Hello, it depends on the number of participants in Honorable's office. I think if more than 2 people are connected in the same office, the network will be breaking. So I would suggest they use just one device inside that office.
Okay. So, Honorable, can you work on that, sir? Mr. Keshiru, Happy New Year.
Galadiva Baba, Happy New Year.
So it's not clear enough. That's the problem. I can hear you, but it's cracking.
Hello, Honorable Kazim. Is it possible for you to change your location?
Thank you, Honorable Ige. Thank you for that. No. I think it's your network, sir. It's your network. Can you work on your network, sir?
I don't know. You know what? Hold on. Give me some minutes.
Okay.
Okay, we are still waiting for him. I think he wants to quickly, maybe want to change his location so that I can rejoin, because his audio is very important to us. It's very important to us here. Okay, you are welcome on board, and we want to appreciate you all while we are still waiting for our Honorable we are still expecting more people within Oshodi Solo, especially Mafoluku Ward, where our guest is representing in Oshodi Solo local government. And we are already live on YouTube, and some people are already watching us on YouTube. So while we are waiting for our honorable, then we can start. So before we have our guests back on board, what to achieve in this segment, because we are going to have series of this engagement with our representatives. We are going to have series of engagement with them, and we need to engage them, we need to discuss with them, we need to know, are they really representing? We need to know what they are doing, and we need to know, they need to know also our own expectations from them as well. So we're going to be engaging them one after the other, from our councillors to a member of House of Assembly here in Lagos, our own honorable in Abuja as well. We're going to engage them one after the other, and some key people within the community getting across to this CDC and CDA as well, because it's our collective effort to have a developed society. So while we are still waiting for Honorable Kasim, so we quickly want to engage ourselves. I think I have Honorable Ige. Which ward are you representing, ma?
Is representing the good people of Ewu.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Hello, Mr. Kesh. Can I answer that question myself?
Okay,
Honorable Ige is representing the good people of Ewututu, the royal world.
Okay, we will appreciate if your video is on, ma, so that our viewer on YouTube can also see. Maybe I'm going to be our next guest, yeah. Hopefully.
No problem.
Okay. That is great, ma. So I don't want to put you on us today because you are not our guest for today.
Yes.
So, but we are still waiting for Honorable Kasim. I think he's having a technical issue from his side and he's trying to put things in order. But before then, we really want to, I think the last saga that happened in Oshodi, directly from your word, exactly, that what repeated himself yesterday afternoon within Mafoluku houses. And to us, we are not happy with it. And we believe as a good representative of the people, we are not also happy with what is happening within our community. I'm talking of the insecurity challenge we are having now, few days now. So from the last saga that happened, I think that should be last month, if I'm right. From your side, what step have you taken, ma, from your own side, so that such will not occur within that community?
Thank you very much. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we strongly believe that governance is for everybody. It's not just for the local government chairman or the councillors alone. I think together we can achieve what we need to achieve in our various locations. Yes, during the last saga, we actually made a lot of steps. Myself personally, I went to the ward to reach out to our people, especially those that their properties were destroyed. I went there personally to speak to them. I went there and the chairman also assured them that such will never occur. But you know, when you talk of all these boys, the cultists, most of them are our people. There's nothing we can do about it. All we need to do is just try and talk to them, encourage them from destroying their own properties. I don't know if you're getting me. So just tell them, stop destroying their properties, destroying their community. This community is not just for the local government chairman or for the councillor. It's for them. And I believe all these young boys, they are supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow. But when you start doing this, you are not encouraging those that are coming behind you. So with the efforts of the chairman, he tried his best on security, and he also reached out to the people of Ewo.
Okay, and but from this, okay, let me just hold on that. I think we have Comrade Kasim back on board. We are going to get back to you by next week, hopefully.
Yes, not today. Today
Not
is on
today.
my
yes, by next week. By next week. Okay.
Thank you.
And Honorable Kasim. Hello. I think it's your network, sir. It's your network. It's your network.
Okay, I will.
No, please, if you only connect them, connect them.
Honorable Kasim. I think is either the earpiece you are using or your network, one of the two. We are struggling with. I can't hear you at all. I can't even hear you at all. Okay, and Comrade Toby Salako is coming to your side to give help hand. I think we'll be there in a few minutes. Okay, back to, so I think Honorable Ige, I'm going to engage you very well before we have Honorable Kasim back on board. Let's go back to from what you just said. Hello, are you there? Honorable Ige.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, good. I think Comrade Salako, he went to Honorable Kasim office to assist with some technical issues there. So before we have him on board, so and you said
can you,
that,
you can hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. Fine,
You
great.
can hear me properly?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right.
Okay, that is good. Okay, let's go back to the business of today. Madam, I'm sorry for...
No problem.
Okay.
I'm just standing in for my...
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Okay, and...
Thank you very much, Honorable Ige. I appreciate that.
Okay, sir, but, okay, I think we can hardly see your face, Comrade, Honorable Kasim. Can you see your face? Maybe you should change your direction a little bit so that I have correct.
Let me change my direction.
Okay.
Can you see me properly now?
Yes, correct. Very clear.
All right.
Beautiful now. Fine. Okay. I'm Ayinde Olawale by name. People call me Galadima. One of the convener of Oshodi Mature League, and our objective is to collectively build a society that we all can be proud of. And we have understood, it has come to our own knowledge that being governance, it is everybody's duty in achieving that. And that's why we are doing this, in putting some records straight to our people and educating ourselves. And I believe today, before the end of today's engagement, we are going to educate ourselves and we are going to enlighten ourselves more on how governance should be. And I'm going to hand over to my co-moderator, as Comrade Afsat Ibrahim, to take it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
We welcome you to the second edition of our half-hour chats with Oshodi Mature League. Like my co-moderator has said, who are we at Oshodi Mature League? It's a platform that specifically pushes for discussion about governance and preferring solutions to our immediate challenges within our community. So in order not to waste much of our time, on today's program, we'll be engaging Honorable Kazim, that's the councillor representing Mafoluku Ward D3, on what to expect over the next 3 years of his tenure in office as the councillor of Mafoluku Ward D3. So straight to the business of the day. May we meet you, Honorable Kazim?
Thank you, moderator. Like you rightly said, my name is Honorable Kazim Abayomi Akombi. I'm the councillor representing the great people of Mafoluku Ward D3, Oshodi Solo local government. I'm also the new appointed General Secretary of the first All Progressive Congress, National Progressive Councillors Forum in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So what areas in Mafoluku Oshodi do you cover as a councillor?
Yeah, I've covered the whole constituency in Mafoluku. So I'm representing the whole Mafoluku constituency, D3 as a whole.
Okay. So what do you understand by being a...
Pardon?
I said, what do you understand by being a councillor, and what are the roles of a councillor?
Thank you very much. My understanding, being a councillor, it encompasses a whole lot of things. As a councillor, you are the grassroots politician within your community. You are the first point of contact. You are the first point of contact in your political terrain, within the political terrain, either as from your political angle. However, as a councillor, you are representing. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. As a councillor, you are a lawmaker representing your locality at the various level of the political system. So the councillors are the closest to these people to these people compared to other level of political status. So ab initio of whatever your agenda or your ideology, it must be in the interest of your locality, that is your community. Knowing, making research, trying to know the deficiencies, the problems, because most of the problems, most of the issues around your locality boils down to you first. Because it is easier to get in touch with you as a councillor than getting in touch with other political officer holder, like the chairman, the assembly member, the rep, and the senator, and a whole lot of others. So, as a councillor, we are the conduit pipe that builds the bridge from the grassroots upward to the highest political level. So it now depends on the correlation which you are able to build around this political institute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Kazim. So what are your contributions to the legislative arm of Oshodi Solo local government?
Well, thank you very much. So far, so good. My contribution has been in a very positive way to the local government and mostly to my community. Like I rightly said earlier on, I was just appointed as the General Secretary of the National Progressive Councillors Forum in Nigeria. That's an additional point, an additional angle to my locality, not just my ward, to my local government and the legal state at large. However, in legislative, we have a whole lot of work which we have always embarked on. Going by what has been happening for the past few months, today, February makes it 7-8 months, which we assume office. And the work done by the administrative of our honorable chairman in person of Otuba Maruf Oluyede Kehinde has been tremendously in correlation with our own speedy passage of support, of speedy passage of some bills and support to enhance the positive impact when it comes to infrastructure within the community. There's no way an administration and executive will carry out its duty without the consent of the legislative arm, who are like the internal auditor of the governance as a whole. So we have been in support with the assistance of my fellow colleagues, my honorable colleagues. We have been in support of this administration one way or the other. The success of this administration so far boils to the synergy within the legislative arm and the executive arm. So far, so good. It's been a positive trend amongst the two arms of government. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, what are the challenges you are facing as a councillor within your tenure in office?
Okay, I wouldn't say there are challenges, but we cannot. We will try. We are only trying to make things work out within ourselves, because what matters most is understanding your people. And so far, so good. My community, Mafoluku people, ward, have been a great support to my performance. The synergy between us has always been at a top notch, because I can say vividly, I know Mafoluku very well. I liaise with my people. I have been able to understand the needs of my community members, and this has always been a plus to my administrative, to my legislative job. My community is one of the, like you all know, that is the closest to the international airport, and it has been a kind of we've tried to build a kind of how would I put it, relationship around each other. So I'm much more in touch with my ward, and I'm happy that with the feedback I've always gotten from my ward, so far so good. So far so good. My ward has been in good touch. They've been in good touch with me, and as well, I've been in good touch with them. So we are working and looking up to more projects we facilitated to the ward in the nearest coming months and years. Thank you.
Thank you. So as we all know, governance, as it should be, is a two-way street. It allows for transfer of information from the government to the people and feedback from the people to the government. How do you ensure constant engagement with your constituents? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. If you could remember, in the course of my campaign, I try and read out some certain things, some of my manifestos, which my office I provide an open policy. My office is open to everyone, and I've tried to relate in conjunction with some other NGOs and business partners, so which will yield positive impact in the next few months. We've tried as much as possible. We are trying to build another another diagram entirely to the community and bring another bridge, build another bridge that will enhance through empowerment, job opportunities, and project facilitation to the world at large. So I hope I offer an open policy, open office policy. Hello.
Okay, we can hear you.
So we are expected to see more of the dividend of this democracy in my own word in the next few months. That I can assure us. So it's just a matter of time, and we will keep engaging us as time goes on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So what are your future plans for Mafoluku Ward Day 3?
We should expect positive impact in terms of projects at a speedy level. That I can assure us for now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I'll be handing over to my co-moderator, Comrade Aide Olawale, to take over from here.
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you, Comrade Afsat, and thank you, Honorable Kazim, for your time, and also our audience or participants. There will be room for. We are going to allow just 4 people to ask a direct question to our guest. So if you have question or suggestion or opinion, you can kindly raise your hands up so that I can unmute you when the time comes. So while we continue engaging our guest. So Honorable Kasim.
I'm with you.
Okay. Now, bearing in mind that legislative duties are built around lawmaking, oversight functions, and execution of constituency projects, will you give us a scorecard of your performance in this regard with specific details as to your activities around the issue measured? Can I come again, sir?
Come again.
Okay.
Come
I
again.
said, bearing in mind that legislative duties are built around lawmaking, oversight functions, and execution of constituency projects, that is your ward project. Could you give us a scorecard of your performance in this regard with specific detail as to your activities around the issue mentioned above?
Okay, absolutely. Thank you very much. Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Give me some minutes. I'll start from the lawmaking.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes.
Thank you very much. The main function of legislative arm is to make friendly bills to make friendly bills to its constituents, which will give a positive form. However, in passage of bills, it is not what you can sit down within a day or 2 days to work on. It's a process. These are stages. This is not what we can just bring out within seconds and start by. It goes through processes. And in doing this, every process, every stages has to be in adherence and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And at the same time, we must ensure that we do not make bills or pass bills that will negate the bills that are being done at the state level. We have limitations of bills which we can pass, and we must take recognition of this. So there are bills. First and foremost, we have bills like on security bills that is coming up shortly. We have bills on fire extinguisher bill that is coming up shortly. But In doing this, it is not a, like I said, it's not a one-day thing. It's a process. It's about time. We are just, like I said, we are about 7 to 8 months in office, and we've had a whole lot of done. We've focused more presently on infrastructure. You and I can attest to the fact that Oshodi has been, infrastructural wise, has been in the doldrum for some couple of years. And, you know, governance is continuing, irrespective of our political affiliates, which we have endeavored to take as our responsibility. Passing bill is not what we can say or we will use as a yardstick. But at the same time, knowing fully well is a priority, we should as well ensure that what will benefit the people more. What will benefit the people more? That is why you could see within the shortest period of time that the government was able to bring about infrastructural projects on water and our roads. Which is
I
can hear you.
What we are trying to get from you side is that you have spent less than 9 months in office now.
Okay.
As a councillor representing Mafoloku Ward, right?
Yes.
Now, if lawmaking, execution of projects within wards or constituency is part of your oversight responsibility as a councillor, personally, how many bills have you moved a motion towards as a councillor?
Personally,
yes.
Personally, I just told you so that it's a process.
I know it's a process.
It's a process. There are bills, we have bills on hand. And that's why I said you need to be patient. The community should need to be patient enough. If you are being patient enough, you understand that Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Hello, are you there? So passage of bill is not what you can say, oh, within the shorter period. It's a process. It's a matter of time. So it's a matter of time. There are bills that are all coming. I can't just wake up and start passing bill. It deals with consultation, seeking for advice, consultation, information, which we are gathering. Bills is not what you can just pass like that, no. So it takes time. It's a process. So we still have enough time to do that. So it's a matter of giving us, for us to be patient enough to understand how the legislative arms work.
Okay.
So inside of that, you talk about oversight function again. Yes. I believe if you are very conversant on the social media, I know that for sure. And in terms of oversight function, these legislative arms have been a proactive legislative arm so far, because oversight function in the last few months, where major roads have been constructed by our chairman, by this government, I am opportune to be part of the member of the Works and Housing Committee. We perform our oversight function diligently and efficiently. And we have a report. There were a report on this oversight function, and which was adhered strictly to by the executive chairman. So in terms of oversight function, we've been doing that. Likewise, currently, we are working on our budget defense. For the past few days, I rarely sleep. We've been working tirelessly. You can confirm that. You can come to the local government to confirm that. We have the Otumba Kehinde Oluwede Al-Maruf regime has been running an open door policy. That is one thing I give to him. If you have anything or you observe anything that you find very difficult to understand, you are not getting informed enough, the office is so free. The information sector department is there for you to get, and even the chairman's office is there. So on our oversight function, we've been performing excellently and diligently. And on the and you talk about constituency projects. Yes, I said something. I can't just wake up and say I want to do a constituency project. It's still a process. Some are on the pipeline. We are working on some. We are working with so many companies. Personally, I'm working with so many companies. And in the next few months, like I said, I wouldn't want to read out some things out for now, permit me. But in the next few months, I can assure you, we will see drastic change in Mafoloku in terms of infrastructure and developmental projects. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Kasim.
You're welcome.
I love the way you are taking your time to give us and enlighten us. And I believe our audience also has one or two things to say, but when the time comes, we shall allow few of them to come on board. Okay.
No problem.
Quick one. Onto the budgeting.
All right, sir.
What do you think should be the main issue? To be the main issue in the 2022 budget set out to address? Also, why are the projects taking so long to kick off in 2022? We understand in 2021, we saw infrastructure, we saw road rehabilitation in some parts of Oshodi and in some part of Mafoloku as well. So what do you think should be the major issue in the 2022 budget? And why are the projects taking so long time to kick off in 2022?
I'm coming. Give me some minutes.
No problem, sir.
So first one, you talk about what I think should be the major issue of the budget. Is that the first question?
Issue, yes.
What should be the major theme? So first thing first, you see, it will make no sense when you have a budget that you cannot finance. That's the first thing I want you to know. One of the things, personally, that I feel should be the bane of the budget is the IGR, which the legislative arm have really hammered so much upon, and the executive chairman. The IGR of the local government has been nothing to write home about for the past couple of years, from what we could gather. We gathered, and you cannot start executive project where you don't have finance or funds. The council, the local government, the council cannot keep depending on the fact that comes from the federal allocation. This is not, how much is that? How many projects can that contain? So we seek more of better revenue generation. We are lacking behind when it comes to the IGR. So personally, the IGR is one of the key things. Hello, you're saying something, Honorable Galadima? Comrade.
No.
Okay.
I'm with you.
So, like I said, the IGR is the key thing that we who proceed should be a major way, because that is where we have our money. Because there's a lot of money in Oshodi, no doubt. Our major source of revenue in Oshodi is through the transportation and what? The market. And as God will have it, our executive chairman is doing a great and fantastic job in that regard. First thing first, you cannot have, do you know that this local government do not have a data? And how do you work on a budget without having a data? So the first thing first, the executive chairman did that in conjunction with the legislative arm is to ensure we have an adequate statistical data. With this will give us a pre-knowledge of what we should expect and how to carry out our hypothetical system in terms of revenue generation. So this is in the pipeline. I can assure us that with the help of what we have, with the help of what is on ground, we are going to have a positive internally generated revenue by the end of the year 2022. Now, You talked about projects that why is the project taking time to do? I just talked about it. Where do we get money? Where do we have the fund? The budget is yet to be passed. This is February. We are working on budget defense right now as I speak with you. So how do you expect? Do you expect the local government to start coughing out personal fund cash? No. So we need to have a kind of understanding of how governance work. But I can assure you that in the next couple of days, this is going to be, once the budget is signed, I can assure you, you will see a speedy performance on a project facilitation. Thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you, Honorable Kasim. I think we are not trying to confuse us here, sir, because you said, where should we get the money from in the first place? And you said if the budget is signed by next month, the work will start. So if the budget is signed by next month, so where would they get the money from to start the budget, to start the project?
Now, you see, I said something. The budget, there's no way a government can start a presentation of a project without a budget being signed. It is not possible. So once it is signed, then the little fund that we still have in the kitty, the government will start with that while we await the performance of the revenue. Because like I said, the federal allocation, we can't keep with, because what that caters for is much. So we cannot use all the money. We can't be waiting for federal allocation to execute projects. So we need to source for funds, which is on the pipeline. So a project cannot be executed without the signing of the budget. That's one thing I want us to know that.
Okay, and thank you for that. Okay, thank you for that. And Comrade Ayomide, I will give you audience when the time comes. So just wait. And if you have anything you want to say, please kindly raise your hands up. We are giving room for just 4 people to engage our audience, and after then we close for today. But before then, hello.
I'm with you.
Okay, you are with me, sir. Fine.
Yes.
So now, looking at the peculiar nature of the 3rd tier of government, the constraint that is faced, how do you manage the administration of the local government affairs in conjunction with the executive arms? Can I come again, sir?
Can you come again and rephrase that? Can you come again?
Okay, I said, looking at the peculiar nation of the 3rd tier of government, which is local government.
Yes.
The constraint that faces. So how do you manage the administration of local government affairs in conjunction with the executive arms?
You are talking about the synergy between the legislative arm and the executive arm.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it's just as simple as anything. The synergy has been superb. We've been having what we should be thankful for in Oshodi today is that we have a very industrious and someone who is willing to do, even not just to do, but from his heart. The regime, the tenure of Otuba Kehinde Oloyede Almaroof, I've worked he's from the private world, you know, he hasn't held a public office before. I think this is part of the thing that has really engineered him in person. You know, you have somebody that feels the pain of the masses. You have someone who has the sympathy. He has felt what you and I has felt. He has gone through these stages in his while growing up. So it is easier for him to to have the passion for governance and how governance ought to be, despite the fact that he has never held a public office before. So the synergy within the legislative arm and the executive arm has been so cordial and has been so responsible. So far, so good. So that is that. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you want to assure us that you have not been in a meeting with the mayor and the council administrations and the executive, and mayor have raised an observation which is not in line with the growth of the community. You didn't get that? That you feel that
I didn't repeat.
No. Okay, I should repeat that. Since you said there's a very cordial relationship between the executive arm and the legislative, so I'm asking that. So you have not been in a meeting with the council administration, the executive arm, and the legislative, and our chairman proposed a particular project, and within you feel like this is not the best time to do this now. Have you ever call attention or raised observation towards that?
Absolutely. You see, everything is not rosy. That I can assure you. We've had our differences at some point. And in fact, the CM and the city and the council staffs, we've had sometimes we raise eyebrows on things. The chairman sometimes wants us to do something, but in the end, we come to a round table, we came to an equilibrium and reach an agreement. So it is normal. We are not like, see, one thing where you are trying to look at is like, what you are driving at is what I do see, because sometimes I see they say these councillors are rubber stamp, they are this and that. You know, it's sometimes funny, honestly speaking, but when you are not there, you will not understand. But the truth is that governance, it takes a lot. It is easier for you to be outside to say so many things. I can attest to this. Can do Almoru Foloyede Otumba, the honorable chairman of Oshodi local government, has done tremendously well and fantastic. Sometimes we will be in the council dragging issue till 10 p.m. I can tell you this. It's not about that people are bragging. Till 10 p.m. We've had our differences time and time and again. So it is normal. We can, for instance, the issue of this budget, we know what we went through within us. But in the end, we came to the round table to reach an agreement. And God so good, we are having a leeway within the executive and the legislative. So it is not possible for us not to have disagreement, but we must disagree to agree. That is the main thing. There are so many things, even like I said, in the legislative, the budget, there are some other things that we frown at when the HOD comes around, we frown at. This is not possible. How can you allocate this kind of thing for this department? But in the long run, when we try to manage each other and we see that, okay, we can resolve this together, and it works out in the long run.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay, I think let me take this from before I allow Comrade Ayomide to ask his question. So, Honorable Kazeem Abayomi, sir, how does the legislative arm of Oshodi local government ensures probity or clarity, or give the society at large confidence in the administration of local government finances? What machineries have you put in place to guarantee that budgeted funds are applied as prescribed? That is, what are the machinery put in place now? Okay, this budget 2022 is about to be signed.
I understand what you said.
Machinery put in place that they are well managed. They are well managed.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I understand. I get you. What you're first thing first is more like, the legislative arm. We are more like a mini police to the executives, and that's where you are trying to come back. But like I said earlier, our major function, one of our major arms, apart from passage of bills, friendly bills to the community, is what oversight functions. And by these oversight functions on projects, we can be able to discover or evaluate the performance of the project at hand. At the same time, on the issue of the revenue in terms of finances, we need to block loopholes, and that was why the solution of bringing up a data, collating data of the community, for us to have an adequate, we supposed to have a reasonable and a systematic number that we can vouch and say, oh, this is the number of so houses in this area. This is the number of so market we have in this area. And at the same time, we need to look at this holistically I'm talking about the revenue aspect now, that by ensuring that the area officers are being reviewed time to time in terms of what their performance index. So with this, it will help us to evaluate, it will help us to block some loopholes, evaluate the performance of each department, one way or the other. So I don't know if I've answered your question anyway.
Okay, don't worry. I think I get your point. But let me allow comrade, please. I'm going to allow some people to engage you, sir. But
right, no problem.
Please, I want to play with us. We don't allow foul language here, and we don't allow attacks. So let your question, opinion be civil, and let's all be progressive in mind. So thank you. And comrade Ayo Midday, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Honorable, sorry, I'm forgetting your name, sir. Honorable Kazim. Honorable Kazim.
No, Honorable Kazim.
Honorable Kazim, right? Thank you very much. I really
Go ahead.
But my question is this.
Yes, sir.
Were you in the
Welcome,
meeting
sir.
that the chairman called yesterday?
Yesterday, with the market women.
Yes.
With the market women. Yes,
Yes,
I got there late. I was yes, I got there later. I
was opportune to be in that meeting yesterday. I was opportune to be in that meeting yesterday. Now, pertaining to the increase of the IGR of the local government and the revenue shop. Yeah. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Pertaining to it, Mr. Chairman.
Can you please off your beat, like, and get your network very well?
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, you are hearing me very well. Mr. Chairman make mention of something yesterday pertaining to the storage amount that each offices or shop will be paid annual per annum, which is maybe from 8,200 naira to 24,000 naira per annum. So I don't people that were there yesterday they don't even argue or maybe deliberate on that. They only deliberate on the the environmental stuff, which is going to cost 1,000 naira per week. But pertaining to that, I heard something when I went to your shopping complex this morning that the chairman have raised the storage fee from 8,200 naira to 24,000 naira, and people who are just, and what I told them is that, sir and ma, they haven't implemented he just cites it as an example that, okay, the idea of this local government is very, very low, and we need to increase it. So from that 8,200 to 24,000, I don't think it's something bad. So I'm trying to convince them there. But what they are saying is that that amount is very, very low. That amount is very, very much. And let's take a look at it as well. From 8,200 to 24,000, I think it's something of a very high side. A very, very high side from 8,200 to 24,000 naira. But my question is this: that 24,000 naira that you're going to be paying annually, has it been implemented? Have you come to conclusion of it? Has it been implemented?
Okay, thank you very much. You said you were in the meeting yesterday.
Yes.
And you said the chairman proposed.
Yes.
If I proposed, do you understand?
Yes.
Proposed.
Yes.
And
yes.
So when you propose something, does it mean it has been implemented? No.
That is what I'm saying.
So it's not. Your question is still in the process, and for the chairman to call the market women and market men, he has a reason. He wants to have he wants everybody to have the knowledge and knowledge of what we are doing and what we intend to do. So he's only proposing, and he's not, mind you, he's not saying that it is from 8,000. Even from what you said, he's not saying from 8,200 to 24,000. That is just the range. So it is not. It might not be up to 24,000. That I can assure you, and it might be, but it's a proposed. It's a proposed. Please let us be that word. Let us be mindful of it. It's a proposed. So it has not yet been implemented, and there's still room for consultation. So all this is still in the pipeline. So I just want to assure us that whatever levy, any increment in the levy is still going to be it's going to be a friendly payment. It wouldn't be something that we will have to cover all our pockets.
Okay.
Hey there.
The honorable, can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
I can hear you. I'm waiting. Okay. So that is. I think I've answered your question, Mr. Emily.
Yes. Very well. Thank you for.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Okay, and comrade. Okay, we have just two people left. We have Comrade AY and Bro Olumide Olawale. So I'll give the floor to Comrade AY. Comrade AY, you have the floor.
Okay.
Let's make it brief.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I joined late. I've been a bit busy, and
no problem.
I couldn't enjoy the entire section, but at least I was able to catch. So briefly, what I just want to say concerning projects. I happen to be handling projects myself. One thing I observe from the level of the government is lack of communication. Sometimes the way project has just been done, it's just that the government just say we are doing it. Whatever people think is whatever they think, but it's not supposed to be so. The people are the clients that you are working for. So if you started a road construction or you are doing a drainage and there's a need for it to stop, either through fund, it's very, very possible. It's not a crime. There should be proper communication to the people. But when the people don't know what is going on and they just see that the project has been abandoned, they will say whatever comes to their mind. And the popular thing to say is, what's it called, and all that. So there should be proper communication through every channels, social media, the media, and even direct communication to the people on why a project, is taking time. That helps a lot in so many ways. And it will make us to avoid unnecessary, misinformation, from the people. But sometimes communication can also not be made because maybe there is, an inky-panky somewhere. So if there's no inky-panky and there's nothing to hide, the people, should be communicated why, there's the pause on the project. It will save us a lot, and everything will be fine. So I don't want to talk much. But finally, I also want, the councillor to, use our office to look into brutalities in Oshodi, Mafoluku area, and all that. I know the popular statement will be, well, local governments are not in control of the police. I know that, but local governments still have some powers that they wield. I'm an activist. I don't control the police, but I influence the decision of the police, with my little office. So we should do that. They regularly harass citizens, people doing their businesses for no reason. So a little letter to the DPO, a little visit to the police station to tell them to calm down, to do their work better, it will help, to normalize things so that citizens can enjoy, Oshodi and the entire environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Olumide, if I'm right, sir. I really appreciate your concern and your contribution. However, I want to, from the first, talk about information, lack of information to the public in terms of abandoned projects. I would rather say we apologize. We take responsibility for everything or the discomfort we've given the entire affected areas. You see, and I'm so glad at the same time that you're able to highlight the possible constraint that could lead to that have led to such. I want to appreciate you. We can assure you that something is going to be done in earnest on those abandoned projects in the next few weeks. In the next few weeks, you will see a drastic change. That I can assure you. But at the same time, once again, we take responsibility for all the inconveniences and we apologize for everything. My Honorable Comrade Olumide, you talk about the security aspect, the police, and well, I personally have in Mafoluku, I can assure you, I have a very cordial relationship with the DPO. Can you hear me? Are we there?
Yes,
Hello?
can hear you.
So,
Yes,
like I
loud
said,
and
Yes.
personally, I have a cordial relationship with the DPO. What happened in the last for the past 24 hours, we've been on top of the gear with my chairman. The necessary actions have been taken, and even to the point of arrest have been made. That I can assure you as I speak right now. Personally, I was in the Makinde police station last night, and in conjunction with my chairman and the area command of Ikeja, we worked silently all through the night in terms of on this issue. And arrests have been made, that I can assure you, and we will see drastic change in terms of security. We understand what you are saying. We understand what has been happening, and at the same time, if you feel harassed, mostly within the Mafoluku area, if you are harassed or you are being, like you said, the police always harass some people, or please, all you need to do, my phone lines, I can give out my phone line to those who don't have my phone contact. I will give out my phone line so that anything of sort that happens, they can call on me, and we'll deal with the situation in accordance with the law. Please. Apologies for anything that might have gone wrong in the past. We take responsibility once again. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And Comrade Olumide, can you unmute yourself, please? Sorry, Honorable Kazim, the last speaker is Comrade AY. Not
sorry.
So, Comrade Olumide, can unmute yourself. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
I quickly want to draw. Sorry, I came in late. Maybe I would have know your position in answering some of these questions to the Honorable Chairman of Oshodi Local Government. I'm one of the citizens of that area, And I actually, one of the concerns currently now, as regards the security, as pointed out by the last speaker. Now, I quite understand how volatile Oshodi could be, but my concern is on the illumination of every corner of Oshodi to reduce crime. You cannot imagine a few years ago, you can walk during the time of, let me point this out, during the time of Fashola, so to speak, you can walk in some corner of Oshodi freely. At least before anybody will attack you, you will see the person that wants to attack you. You understand? So what I'm trying to point out now is that what is the chairman of Oshodi local government doing to make sure that some dark area in Oshodi is illuminated? You understand? Of course, we'll be having some, of course, we may be having some areas that we say this is for the state, but I still want to believe there are still some corners within Oshodi that are predominantly for the local government, is within local government to handle. So what is Oshodi chairman doing to illuminate every nook and cranny of Oshodi to make it safe for both citizens and non-citizens of Oshodi? Thank you.
Comrade Olumide, if I'm right, sir. Hello. Hello, Comrade Olumide. All right, thank you for that.
Yes,
question.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you for that question. You see, in fairness to us all, the issue of security, some are beyond us, while at the same time, some are what we can handle locally, which has been at the pipeline so far. You see, security issues are very sensitive, and I tell you that the past few months back now, it's difficult for us to hear about robbery and whatsoever. What we can hear or we can observe that has been happening is the issue of cultism, and which is now becoming a rampant thing. This has been taken up at the security summit, to the best of my own knowledge, and we are working. The chairman is working very hard in this regard, because once one of the major responsibility of an executive chairman is to protect lives and property of its community. And if that is not secured, then it might be in problem. So if there's nothing like robbery or hoodlums harassing, because I can rarely hear whereby we had about maybe hoodlum are harassing people or whatever. It's very rare on the Oshodi these days. But I wouldn't want to divert attention, but I want to assure you that the chairman will look into it. Like I would ensure I take it upon myself with this question and suggestion that the community needs to be more lively, and which will be reduce the rate of crime within the locality. So we are sorry for that, or anything that might have happened in the past, or take responsibility, like I said. And we'll work on them in earnest. Thank you very much. Hello? Hello?
Hello, we are with you.
Yeah, man.
Okay, thank you for that. And
You're welcome.
now, quick one. What is your relationship between the CDA and CDC within the world you represent? Hello, can you hear me?
I'm with you, sir.
Okay. What is your relationship between you, the CDA, CDC within your world? Because
It's very okay.
Yesterday, what happened within your own particular world yesterday,
okay,
is something we have experienced maybe in the last 6 or 4 years.
Okay.
Where we know, okay, we already know Oshodi is not in the safe hands then. But for the past 4 or 5 years, we've not experienced such. But of recent, such issues started coming up now, and it started from Ewu ward. Now it has eventually spread to Mafoluku ward now. And the yesterday own was an eyesore, brutal, where people were being robbed daylight in your constituency. Now I put up a write-up and I said it simply means the CDA and CDC have failed in their responsibility. And also it simply means some politicians within the community and some community leaders are making use of these people. That is why everybody is closing eyes. So what is your own, do you have any synergy between the CDC, CDA to at least to curb all these illegal activities that are being rampant within Oshodi now?
Okay. Thank you, Comrade Galadima. You see, first of all, I have a very cordial relationship with the CDC and the CDA in my ward that I can assure you of and I can attest to. Secondly, you see, the issue at hand is beyond what the CDA or the CDC can handle. It's an issue of cultists. And you and I know that in institutions like this, there will, these people always have a reprisal attack against each other, which is we all know. What we should do, or we should focus more now, is how to arrest this menace for it not to degenerate into something else. And for security reasons, well, I wouldn't want to talk too much on that. I want us to understand something that it takes. We all have our own responsibility, and in my own, as the number one citizen of that world at this point in time, we'll do every necessary thing to ensure that the security of lives and properties are being secured with the help of the law enforcement agency. I'm able chairman. That I can assure us of. So I want to appeal to us again. I'm not happy of what is happening or what has happened so far. It's a big slap, but sometimes you can't always be in the good book. Things like this always occur. It might not be in this form. It might come in another form, in another way. So I want to assure us that we, by the grace of God, we will do the needful, we will do the necessary thing to ensure the security of lives and property are safe, and such thing would not repeat itself again. That I can attest to.
Okay, and thank you, Honorable. And I have one more question for you, and I believe nobody is having a question from the audience side. Okay. Because if you have anything you want to ask the Honorable from the audience side, we have just room for one person, so you can signify by raising up your hands. So we will give you the floor to do that. So, Honorable, now, how will you assure also the citizen that 2023 Jamboree that is already going on will not distract the government from its primary responsibility in our community?
What do you mean by 2023 Jamboree?
Jamboree, fine. Now, let's start from that. Now, we all believe 2023 is a year of election, and everybody will go back to political activities. And, in that period, there are some development processes that's supposed to take place. Do you think this government will not be distracted? Because you all have your loyalists that you want to work for or engage or do this and that. So how are you going to manage that so that it will not affect our collective growth as a community? Because before we are going to have another election, local government election in Oshodi, it's going to be 4 years to this time. Is that not? It seems that election is not as important to us as our own development.
Okay.
Although you are once a politician, you are a politician before you become a councillor. So you may want to give back to that process. That's not. So how will you be able to manage that situation?
I don't think that's a big deal. When it's time for politics, when it's time for politics, we play the politics, and when it's time for governance, we play our governance role very well. So that's not the problem. That's not a problem, and it's not a challenge. You see, we cannot. It's always come pari passu, and we can't say, oh, because it has happened. Like you said I have my own political party that I have to. Likewise, you as well. You have your own political party or person you have an affiliate with, which is normal. So, however, governance is not going to be affected. Yeah, you see, there's no way that governance will be affected at this point, because we have a very, we are here to serve. This is a call. We are here to serve, and we can multitask. I've seen the chairman before now, and he's somebody that multitasks a lot. So that will not affect, because everybody has his own role. That development, we are going to see it. In terms of growth, we are going to see it. In terms of infrastructure, we're going to have it. In terms of what? Health facility and education, I can assure you, we're going to see more performing and excellent results in the end of 2022.
Okay, thank you. And Comrade Konigbagbe. Comrade Konigbagbe, are you there, sir?
I'm with you.
Okay, I know you are with me. I'm trying to get attention of somebody. Okay, Comrade Konigbagbe.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So, okay, and do you have any observation for our guests this afternoon?
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And good afternoon, Honorable.
Good afternoon, sir.
Now, I want to ask you
good afternoon, sir.
One question quickly. How long have you been preparing yourself for this office that you occupied now?
How long have you
been preparing yourself?
I started preparing myself since the day I've always prepared myself for any task ahead of me, and I've been preparing myself for a very long time.
Okay. Now, in your speech, in your response, the other time, in the issue of this security, you said the CDC and CDA, that what is happening now is beyond them. I think I can disagree with you in that area.
Okay, sir.
I think in every community, we all know ourselves. Like the Mafoluku you are representing, you should know who and who that are there if you have been with them for a very long time. So the CDC and the CDA, the CDA should know everybody that is a landlord in that place. And the landlord should know who and who are the people that are staying within the community, in the streets that they have in that place. So the CDA has a responsibility to do in terms of security. And I've been saying it mostly, that most of the time, let the chairman of the local government liaise with the CDA mostly in many things that they are going to do. In terms of security aspects, the CDA has a lot of things to play before they take it to the CDC. the state level. That's number. Then number two, you made mention of one word when you were talking last time. You said, as a number one citizen of your ward, please. I think that word shouldn't be used. You are a servant to everybody. Don't use that word as a number one citizen of your ward. It can be politically, but wherever you are on the line, you don't use it as, I look at that word, you shouldn't be using that word in the public. So you get the point now. And well, I know that as a councillor is not easy. I know what is involved. You are the mercy of the chairman, but try all your best possible. Carry everybody, all the stakeholders around you. In terms of the security in your ward, you have something that you can play. Most of the people that are over there, they are people that you can liaise with as well. You know some areas. Some these people that are fighting themselves within the community, we should know them. We know them. You can engage them. There's at times whenever there's any problem, they can even call you. The councillor, it is because of you. This is what is happening, and you can go there and resolve it within themselves. So try to be more at the grassroots level. I know it's not easy as a councillor, but you can still do better. So I wish you all the best.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate you, sir. Like I said, well, you talk about the CDA and the CDC. Agreed that they have a lot of roles to play. But at the same time, why I said it is beyond them is the peculiarity that surrounds the nature of what is at hand. You see, I said something for security diseases, I might not be able to say it on air because there are some underground jobs going on. However, you see, do you know that some of these people that have this, that some of these guys, they don't even reside in those places. Some of these guys, they don't even reside in those places. So, pointing out on CDC, because you are a CDC or CDA landlords, doesn't mean you know everybody. Fine. You might know some, but you see, sometimes we need to be careful of some certain issues that warrant what is on ground. So I will be I want to be careful with my choice of words. Just like you said, I should retract the word of my number one, being number one. I retract it, like you rightly said. I accept it and I take the responsibility again, like I do. So we will see how we can work hand in hand again with the CDA and CDC. Is it the problem? One of the things I feel that should have or that we should have at this level in terms of security is the issue of vigilantes. This is the right time. Most of the houses, streets on our area, most of the streets within the locality do not have vigilantes. Some do have in the past, but because of the lackadaisical attitude of some of our people, they refuse to pay. You have people taking a risk. They are risking their life, trying to secure us. But some residents always refuse to do the needful. They refuse to do the needful. So this has warranted so many places to withdraw or where the vigilante men are to live. So at this point in time, community policing is the key, is the bone of contention right now. So which I want to believe and I want to create our indulgence and let us understand that we need this at this point in time. We'll work and with the CDA and CDC once again. And my chairman is on top of the game, like I said. And in no time, we will look at how we are going to we're going to look at how we are going to manage the situation of security within our locality. So I appreciate your concern, sir. Once again, thank you very much, and I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Kazeem Abayomi. We don't have much time on our side,
Thank you,
but I would like to suggest this for you, if you can work on that. Okay, before then, Comrade Amzat, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Actually, at the stage we are, we should not be. I can see everybody have spoken very well, and the area at which I just want to quickly chip in is the aspect of the security. In the time past, because what happened in the last 1 month, coupled with the incidents of yesterday. Hello?
Hello, can I hear you?
Yeah, with the incidents of yesterday is an eyesore, which is becoming alarming in our society, which I believe at this age and at this hour, the chairman should not see himself as a king god by not involved. See, when we talk about security, it goes beyond a person. It's a collective affair, and all that is expected to be engaged, both groups, individuals, and the security personnel. I guess these are people that needs to be brought to a
Hello?
I think it's network. I think it's from the
Yes,
side.
I guess
It's network.
so.
area whereby if truly we are not part of them, I guess something needs to be done head on before it's degenerated to a bigger crisis. The little we saw yesterday is a child's play. I want to believe so. And if not for the intervention of the military personnel, like this, our so-called police, whatever, they may not be able to identify. Those ones were able to arrest the situation, but we are all sitting on a time gunpowder. So I will implore the honorable, this is your constituency, and such we experienced. Fine, the axis experienced theirs in a few weeks ago is still untreated. Now, Mafoluku. And these are the two major volatile environment that is experiencing these ugly incidents. So we should not sit back and turn that legislative room to where problem can be resolved. We need to be on the field. Those that needs to be engaged, I'm appealing to the councillor. Yes, these are what. Thank God we are both in the Mafoluku axis. Let something be done within time before it degenerated to a bigger problem. You are the key man of the at least 7-man legislative officer. Let's talk to the chairman, let's swing into action, and let something be done on that aspect of security. Like someone said the other time, illumination of the community is key and panacea to development. If everybody sees ourselves in an open daylight, whether in the night or in the daylight like this, we are good to go. But where I'm working with a scary mind, I don't think I'll be able to think of anything good about the environment I reside. God will help us.
Thank you very much. You honorable, my powerful OGH, if I'm correct. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your contribution. I want to assure you and assure the entire community of Mafoluku Ward that the drastic measures are going to be taken place as from this moment. We will see that changes, and in terms of security in particular, you see, we are at the top of the situation right now. That I want to reassure us, and everything will be everything will be minimized, and we are going to find a lasting solution, not just for Mafoluku alone, but the entire issue, so that this parochial issue will not continue to spread across the 7 wards. So we've all had our shares, one way or the other. Like you rightly said, they will have had their share. Mafoluku has had their share, but we pray it doesn't extend to other wards, And we as well will not sit down. This is an eye opener. What happened is there was an eye opener once again, and I appreciate you. We will look inward and re-strategize on security aspects in particular. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and Honorable Kazeem. I believe we've not taken much of our time today.
Absolutely. No. It's a call to duty.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, please, let's give these people attention, please. And Ahmed Abdulateef Olaide, please kindly on your video and unmute yourself, please. Ahmed Abdulateef Olaide. Are you there? Ahmed Abdulateef Olaide, okay.
In absence of that, Mr. Olumide Olawale is raising his hand.
I think he has unmute himself. Please, can you talk? Ahmed Abdulateef. Okay. Olumide.
All right. Okay. I sometimes I want to quickly talk about collaboration. I understand the cost implication of infrastructure within, when it comes to governance, but we can, to reduce costs of the cost of getting all this infrastructure being put in place. You can also work with some organizations. We have some individuals within the streets, you understand, that can, because security issue is everybody's concern. We have some individuals within our streets that will be willing to contribute to the security of the environment. You can collaborate with individuals that you feel can be of helping hand. After all, during carnivals, streets, whatever, some of these people, they give their money to street boys to organize things. So if you call them, beckon on them to give their support for street lights, I'm sure they will gladly do. And of course, we also have some organizations within the streets, all these small scale business people. It's not that you are going to tax them. You are not taxing anybody, but you are going to beg them, plead with them, say, please, we need your support. Write letters to them, call for their support. And also, as much as all these streets, you can also collaborate with this power holding to see if they can be of helping. And of course, we have some people that within their streets, maybe because of they want to hold party or whatsoever, they get free light to light up some part of the street. So because of the party they want to do. So you can collaborate with power holding to make sure they minimize costs, to leverage on some of these high tension within the streets, to have street lights, all these flood lights. Me, I'm not an electrical person, but I want to see how we can minimize costs through collaborations. So when we do this, let's collaborate with people. Let's talk to stakeholders within the streets. Let's talk to landlords. Let's talk to all these small scale business owners within the street, and they'll be willing to help if you can speak out, especially when they know you are sincere. Or if they know you are not sincere, if you have collected some money in the time past and you did not deliver on that promises, then it becomes a problem. You can't go back to them because they have once beaten, twice shy. You have not kept your promise before. So when you go back to them, they won't listen to you. But if you are ready to walk the talk, to collect money for something and you're able to do it, I'm sure they will be ready to give, to contribute, to support their community. And they also, from the angle of CSR, community, corporate social responsibility, you can target that. And just like what I said, it's not going to be what you will tax them or money for them. No, it's a voluntary something, social responsibility. And anybody that is doing this, you'll be grateful for whatsoever. You will appreciate the little they are giving to you. Because when you appreciate it, they will also be the one that will do more. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my powerful comment. I appreciate your concern and I appreciate your contribution. You see, sometimes you don't want, as one doesn't want to blow the trumpet, but discussion, the course of discussion, it brings up so many things. I quite agree with you in terms of social responsibility of companies. This is part of my, even before now, for attaining a political office, we've always done that in time past, and it has always been a positive result to us. And one thing I can assure you is that we've done the needful in terms of social responsibility of either individuals or companies around us. And I want to assure you that we will start seeing results. We've done the needful. That's what I will say for now. We've done it, and by the grace of Almighty God, we've had positive feedback, and we are ready to collaborate more with other parastatals, other in the government, individuals, companies, and whatever, what have you, so that we can have a more a safer and a more developed society at large. So I appreciate you once again. Thank you very much. We'll look into that and I'll work more. We are ready to work.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Kazim. Before your signing out words, so I want to suggest this for Mafoluku Ward, which you are representing. Can we launch a campaign against cultism?
Sure, why not?
1, 2, can you organize a meeting with the CDA and CDCs and making sure all landlords are in attendance? I'm just trying to look, because security goes beyond taking trucks of police van inside the community. It goes beyond that. So we need to educate our people the importance, why they need to be security conscious as well. So if we can launch a campaign against cultism, place a lot of banners, hanging a lot of posters, a lot of things within the community, and by doing this, we can irritate people why they need to be security conscious and reawaken the CDA and CDC to their responsibilities. Now, let me tell you, you said something the other time that these people are not from that neighborhood. I'm telling you that they have a link in that neighborhood. That is why they can penetrate.
It is some. Yes, some are done. I'm not. There is internal. It's a collaboration. Collaboration. I wouldn't want to talk too much on it. I wouldn't want to. For this is best not to.
Sir, do you know what we have accepted our own cross? And what I tell people is this: it is better for us to die now for justice than to die for injustice. It's better. So, and a man that cannot create a soul cannot take it away. We should believe on that. So if we can launch a campaign against cultism, and that is 1, 2, let's have a meeting within the CDAs, CDA and CDCs, and reawaken them to their responsibilities. CDAs should not be politicalized. CDA is different from political activities. They need to understand this. People within the world that we have a major security challenge now. We have some civil society groups in that particular world. We can also engage them having something like a mini town hall meeting that focus on the security challenges we are facing. Like yesterday, by now, if you call a security challenges meeting by now, people are interested because what they witnessed yesterday, they don't want such to happen. We saw a live video and I don't understand. So I'm just suggesting if we can work towards that, organizing, placing a campaign against courtesan and other illegality within the community, and also having a meeting with the CDAs and CDC, reawakening them for their responsibilities. It's go beyond sharing of things that are not even necessary. It's go beyond that because people's lives matter for us and our development matters to us as well. So that is my suggestion. So without taking much of our time again, I would like Honorable Kazeem Abayomi to give us a signing words before we close for today. Your sign out words.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your concern, and I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity to express myself and talk to my people and the entire people of Oshodi at large. I appreciate the fact that we've been able to engage each other, and I will be looking forward to more of this. One thing I want to assure the community is that we all have a whole lot of work to do, not just about security. It's all about development of Oshodi as a whole. It is my Oshodi, your Oshodi. Let us all come together, reach a compromise. We can always see we run an open door policy. We welcome every individual, every information or suggestion that we have. It's a welcome idea. So I want to say that we appreciate you, and I want to assure us of a more developmental society, and we believe that with your cooperation as a society, because the government has its own responsibility while the community also has their own responsibility, and we want to assure us of a better Oshodi, because we are here to rebrand, to restore, and to rebuild. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Over to you, Comrade Hafsat.
Okay. We truly appreciate you, Honorable Kazeem Abayomi.
Thank you very much.
Come to the end of the program, so let me give a closing remark. Especially thank you, Honorable Kazeem, representing the Mafoluku Wadisi, for grateful time out of the busy schedule to talk to the good people of Oshodi. Thank you for honoring our invitation. I will look forward to having some more chat with you in the future. And also, our sincere gratitude to everyone, all participants, for sharing their contribution on today's program. It shows that we are convinced that we thrive in an environment that is full of people who care about the development of Oshodi. For those who missed today's program, and kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, Oshodi Maturely, for more updates. Thank you. So I hand over to Operator Nigeria now. Thank you. And
okay,
sorry,
thank you.
I should have recognized our second honorable in the house, Honorable Ike. We are very glad to have you. And you have not met in person, but I've been seeing you. It's a pleasure. So thank you for also joining your fellow colleagues on this program. And we look forward to also engaging you. Thank you. So over to you, Comrade. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Hafsat. And we appreciate everybody, and we are going to get across to us the next edition. Hopefully, we are going to have the only female, that is Honorable again, in our next edition, but we'll get across to you, man. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's our community Let us work together, making sure we achieve